Hi there, welcome to Yoga with Melissa. I'm Melissa, and today we're gonna do a practice to focus on getting strong and ready for our birth and labor. These poses are specifically helping with building stamina and strength in your legs, which is something that you will really need. Also in strengthening your pelvic floor and your core muscles, which will also help you during birth and labor. And it also helps you relax and just become more aware of what's going on in your body, what's going on with your breath, which is also super important during birth. Especially during contractions, we tend to clench or tighten up when we're feeling the pain, and allowing ourselves to learn to feel comfortable with uncomfortable sensation is truly one of the best gifts that you can gift yourself for an easy labor. Without further ado, let's begin. We're gonna start seating on a bolster or a blanket or a cushion, something that will elevate your hips, and your knees can be crossed, or you can also lengthen them in front of you, whatever feels good for you today. And you can bring hands on your belly and close your eyes if you feel that is comfortable for you. Shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. And just notice your breath, just how it is right now, naturally flowing in and out of your body. Bring the crown of your head nice and tall. And draw a subtle smile on your face. And bring your attention towards your sits bones, touching the cushion or the bolster. Bring your attention towards your knees, touching the floor. Bring your attention towards your baby. And bring your attention towards your breath, and take a deep inhale through the nose. Expand your rib cage, feel the lungs fill all the way down with oxygen. Hold it and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale again, all the way. Bringing oxygen towards baby, and exhale, let it go. One more time. Good. Gently open up your eyes if they were closed, and let's come into all fours. And taking your time, bringing hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and then just start doing circles here. Bringing your hips back towards your heels. Just move around, switching directions as you please. So allow here the movement to become organic, whatever it is that you're needing. And maybe you want to wiggle the hips from side to side, or do some circles here. Do what feels good for you. And this is exactly what you can do when you're in labor. You can just do all of these movements. And this is a great position to give birth to, because your pelvis is open. So it gives enough space for baby to travel down the birth canal. Good. And tuck your toes under and start bringing your Sits bones on the heels. Your pinky toes are touching the floor. And just sit here for a moment, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. Breathing. And so when we feel discomfort or pain anywhere in our body, we can just remember that we have our breath to support us. We can always just tune back into our breath, into feeling how our ribs expand, how our lungs expand when we fill them with oxygen, and how they contract when we exhale. Exhaling through the mouth, like if you were blowing candles. Inhaling through the nose. Two more times. Shoulders relaxed. Gently bring your hands to the floor. Release the feet. You can tap them on the floor. Let it go. Good. And bring your right leg on the outside edge of your right hand. So you come into a low lunge. And here just circle the hips. You can also allow the foot to face 45 degrees, so towards the outside, and this will just help you open up a little more the inner groin area, inner leg, inner thigh, sorry. Good, and you can bring your hands towards the left and just feel a nice stretch here. You will probably feel even more lengthening on the inner part of your thigh, and you can sink the hips back. And breathe here. Good. Bringing hands back to center. I'm gonna move the bolster from here so you can see. Oops, sorry, Buddha. And you're gonna lengthen the leg. The feet are facing to the front, and you're lengthening the leg and shifting your hips back. So you will feel a nicer stretch towards the inner part of the leg, the groin area, and then come forward and back. And this is also great to open up the hips, the pelvis. Two more like this. Good. And switching legs, bringing out the left foot forward. And first feel into this pose. Feel how strong you are. Let go of any tension. You can bring that foot to face 45 degrees. And then just circle as you feel is good for you to just loosen up the inner thigh, the pelvic floor. Good, and bringing now the leg lengthening towards the outside. Foot is facing parallel to the mat, and we're tilting our hip back and forward. Feeling the nice stretch and opening of the pelvis. Let's do 2 more. Awesome. Bringing your leg back to center and resting here for a moment. Deep breath in. Reconnecting with yourself. And come back, bringing your right leg into low lunge again. And we're gonna pivot the back leg towards the back of your room, if you're facing me. So we come into a modified warrior. So we're gonna bring the arms parallel towards the mat, feeling the nice opening, looking towards our right middle finger, and some cues to help you align and really feel the strength. The strength of the pose is to engage your core slightly, so bring baby towards the spine, tuck the tailbone under, maybe lift the pelvic floor a little bit, and imagine that someone's pulling your arms away from you, so your arms and your hands are strong, lots of energy, and breathe. Bringing your elbow towards the thigh and lifting the left arm up and over. Making sure we're not collapsing into our thighs, so we're still using our core to keep us up. You want to rotate baby towards the ceiling a little bit. If this is too much, you can support your head with your hand. And breathe here. Good. Bringing your left leg towards your left arm towards your left leg, lifting the right arm up and over. Making sure baby is engaged, your core is engaged. Well, baby, yeah, it should be engaged with your belly, right? Breathing here. Chest is open. Good, and coming back to center, let's switch legs. Bringing now the left leg to bend and the right foot is facing backwards. Making sure that your knees above your ankle, lengthen your arms parallel to the mat. And breathe here. Looking right through the middle finger. Nice and straight posture. Pelvic floor is lifted. And then bring your elbow towards your thigh and lift the opposite arm over your head. And you can take your hand behind your head if you did that on the other side. Breathe. Bringing baby towards the ceiling, opening up the chest, the torso, keeping the core engaged. And releasing to reverse your warrior, so bringing the right arm on your leg and then lifting the other arm above over your head. And releasing back, come back to all fours. Your toes are tucked under, and then start walking your hands towards your feet. And then place your hands on your thighs and slowly come all the way up. Take your time. And start walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms up, and then exhale, hands come in front of your heart in prayer position. Inhaling, arms up, stretching, and then exhale, hinging from the hips, so bringing the butt back, your hips back towards the back, and keep your spine straight, and then inhale, come up again, exhale, hands in front of your heart. Let's do one more time. Arms up on the inhale, exhale, hinging halfway, so not going all the way down. Hands can go on the shins or on the thighs. And then this time come all the way down, bringing your hands on the floor and stepping back into all fours. And you can come into a modified chaturanga, so bringing the elbows really close to your body and coming into a mini push-ups. And then when you're ready, come into child's pose, opening up the knees as wide as possible to give enough space for baby, and tucking the chin under close to your chest, and just exhale here and breathe. You can stay there, or you can go into puppy dog pose if that feels better for you. Maybe you need more space for baby, or you want to get a deeper stretch, keeping your hips above your knees. Lengthen the back, so bringing your hands away from your body. And when you're ready, come back into sitting on your heels, and then lifting up into a downward facing dog. You can bend one knee and then the other, making sure that the weight of your hands is on your knuckles and not on your wrists. And just here, move around organically as you please. Where you feel you need more stretch or bending, do that. Just listen to your body. And what is it asking you to do right now? And start walking slowly towards the front of the mat, and slowly roll up all the way. And we're going to start doing some circles here, so keeping your feet nicely grounded on the mat. Just start doing figure eights with your hips. Feel free to close your eyes and bring your arms up into fists, and make them really tight and start making circles with them as well. And well, no one's watching you, so you can just move around your mat as you please. And this is a great way to actually distract yourself when you are experiencing your first contractions. It just makes you feel more relaxed. You bring your attention towards your hands and maybe the tension that you start to feel in your arms because they're lifted, and that just distracts you from the actual sensation that you're feeling in your pelvic floor area. Plus, doing the circles just allows everything to relax, and gravity helps with bringing baby down towards the birth canal. So just feel free to move around, and it's great practice during pregnancy. I really like doing this when I was pregnant, and I still like to do it whenever I need a reset of my hips after sitting for too long. So yeah, just keep moving, and you can breathe here. You can do deep exhales, candles, like, or you can do horse lips. You can use any kind of breathing that you've learned in your birth preparation classes and any other classes that you've taken, or just breathe as you feel like you need to breathe. Just keep you focused and within your body, just aware of any sensations that you're feeling right now. And we're going to start coming down from the hips into a squat. So take your time. If you need some support, you can grab a block to sit on. I highly encourage that you do that, actually. Bring your feet parallel to each other, and I'm demonstrating here, so maybe you want to look at how to not cheat. So not rounding the back and not overarching the lower back. You want to make sure that you keep a back straight, and then just aim the tailbone down towards the mat. And you can sit on your block or on your, I don't know, maybe you have a little tiny chair or anything that will help you find a nice comfortable squat. Your feet are as parallel as they can be, keeping of course, your legs, your knees open to give enough space for baby. And this posture is great to actually give birth in. It helps open up the birth canal up to 30%. So this is a great posture to practice. It strengthens and also relaxes your pelvic floor. So this is something that you can always practice during your pregnancy, and also something that you can do when you are in labor. So bring your elbows between your knees. So you support yourself this way, opening up the chest, keeping the crown of the head nice and lengthened. Imagine there's a string pulling your head up towards the ceiling. And at the same time, there are some roots coming down from your tailbone into the ground. So you have this nice line of energy from the top to the bottom. And just breathe here. Allow the pelvic floor to relax. Allow the belly to relax. And just be here in the moment. Take one last breath and then bring your hands towards the front and start lifting those hips up, bringing hands on your thighs and coming all the way up. Remove the block or whatever support you had for your hips, and we're going to come into goddess pose. So bring the feet out towards the sides. The inner thighs are nicely open. Knees are aiming in the same direction as your feet. And we're not allowing, here I'm showing the cheat mode, we're not overarching the lower back. We're trying to keep the tailbone tucked under, not super tucked, but enough to allow the core to engage. And we're not letting the knees collapse in or out. So we're trying to keep them as neutral as possible. So sit as low as you feel it's challenging enough, but not too challenging that you lose your breath. And you can bring your arms into cactus, so keeping the elbows parallel to the floor. You can do a nice mudra here just to allow you to concentrate, bringing the thumb and the index finger to touch, and move around as you please. Just get into the posture, feel the heat building in your legs. This is super strengthening. And on your next inhale, come all the way up, lengthen your legs. And we're doing nice goddess squats here. Just coming up and down. Exhaling when we come up. Inhaling when we come down. And there I lost my balance. So be careful with that. Try to go at the pace that feels stable enough for you. And come down again, and we're just going to do shoulder dips. So bringing one shoulder towards the center, looking back, and then the other. And just switch from side to side. And inhale, come all the way up, lengthen. And start bringing your feet towards one another. So we come into mountain pose. And we're going to come down to the floor, and we're going to do it in a reverse low lunge kind of way. So take your left leg back and then imagine that you're lunging and then take the other leg back on the floor. So this is a nice way to come down into the floor, and in the same way you can come back up. So you bring the right leg up, come up into a high lunge, and then take the other leg up. It takes some strength, but with practice you can do it, and this will really help your back. We're gonna come down now to the floor. So take a cushion between, or a bolster between your legs, and here it's important that you also support your ankles. Sorry about the autofocus here. So take a long pillow or a couple of pillows or a blanket, just fold it, and then take it between your knees so that it also supports your ankles. And you can also place a pillow under your belly, or a pillow or blanket under your head, and just try to get comfortable. Ideally, you want to lie on your left side, especially if you're over 30 weeks pregnant. And then just close your eyes. You can bring one hand on baby and just breathe here. There's nothing left for you to do, so just relax your forehead. Relax your jaw, your neck and shoulders. Relax the belly. Relax your back, your hips. Relax your knees. Just fully surrender into relaxation. And if thoughts come into the mind, don't worry, that's normal. Just let them go, and maybe you want to focus on a mantra word or a sentence. For example, I deserve to relax. Or I am relaxed, I am calm. Find a word that will redirect you back into that inner sense of calmness and peace that we all have within us. And feel free to stay here as long as you need. I recommend at least 5 minutes. You stay here as long as you feel is necessary for you. You can even drift into a nap. Highly recommend that as well. I hope you have a lovely day or evening. Namaste.